Hello and welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about something that is happening silently among so many women, but it is rarely noticed or given attention until recently. We're going to talk about is postpartum depression. Postpartum depression is something that happens to so many women out here, but it is rarely talked about. So many women go through it, but they don't even voice it out. They rarely share their story, let alone seek for help or a support system. Welcome. So my name is Jessica Wanjiko. I'm a mother of two. My youngest is 2.5, and I'm also a certified nutritionist. I work with Malkia Nutrition, and we deal with helping and supporting mothers in the transition phase from pregnancy, delivery to now the child is here, early child, the infant is here, or how do you breastfeed, what foods do you need to eat, and so forth and so on. But let's get back on topic and talk about postpartum depression. So what is it? For me, once I gave birth to my second born child, I did go through postpartum depression. It is something that many of us don't admit, but it is true. And so I have shared my pregnancy journey and delivery and labor and all that. I just felt it. I also share about what happened now that the child is here. Now that I have the baby, what was my experience and how did I cope with that? So let's get depression should not be confused with something that we call pregnancy blues, where maybe you're just tired, your body is recovering from the shock of delivery, and you're just feeling like maybe I'm not feeling so connected with my child. That is postpartum blues, because your body has experienced something new, something that is not it's not normal. It's the hormonal levels were here, now they have changed. You had lots of hormones raging through your body. Now that the baby is out, your body needs to produce milk to feed this child. So those are normal postpartum blues, but even those can extend maybe 2 or 3 weeks. But over time, as you connect with your baby, as you get to affirm yourself as a mother, as you get to enjoy the breastfeeding your child and all that, the postpartum blues go away. But when now you find that some signs or some symptoms are persisting, that's where now you get into postpartum depression. For example, in my case, I felt sometimes I would have very radical mood changes. I would be happy, and to one moment, sometimes the next moment, I'm so sad. I'm crying. I'm feeling like I don't even feel like my normal self. I'm feeling angry for no reason. Like I would just be triggered by the smallest things. So sadness and that kind of anger is a sign of postpartum depression. And those times you would feel anxious, like you just don't want people around you because you don't feel confident in what you're doing at that very moment. You don't feel like a good mother because your child is crying and you've been unable to feed them, and you're wondering, am I really a good mother? The next time my child cries, will I be able to cater for their needs? Will I sleep and forget or not hear my baby when they are crying? You have so many questions in your head, and you're not sure. You don't feel so sure of yourself in that particular moment. So anxiety is another sign. So I've already said extreme sadness, anger, anxiety. You might also find that you're having like some very deep thoughts that are some dark thoughts that are not your usual self. You're feeling like maybe I'll hurt myself, maybe I'll hurt my baby, and sometimes you tend to put the baby away so that you don't hurt them because you are not so sure of yourself. So those are some of the signs of postpartum depression, and so many of us go through it. So if you're there, don't feel like you're alone. So many of us go through it, and the good thing, if you've recognized these signs early on, or okay, not early on, like if you recognize these symptoms and you're honest with yourself to deal with them, you're in a better placed to deal with postpartum depression. So when I realized that this is not normal, I'm not behaving like myself. Also, my hormones were really ranging, like they would be here and here, and my body had changed, my skin had changed so much. I was so dark, like my skin had become so dark, my compression, and I didn't even like the way I looked in the mirror, and I had gained a lot of weight, which was expected with pregnancy, but this was a little bit more extreme as compared to my first pregnancy. So when you recognize all these things and you feel like, now I'm not at a space that I even recognize who I am, it is time to seek help or support. And the best support, if you have it, would be from your partner, your husband or your boyfriend or the father of your child. That would be the most immediate and best support, because this is someone who probably will be there for you a while longer than friends who are visiting or your parents who are just visiting and leaving. So if you have a partner who can support you, that is the best person. You can talk to them, tell them, I'm not feeling like myself. I think I need some time to decompress, and it could be as simple as taking a shower, a long shower, taking care of your nails, going to the salon, and taking care of your hair, or having someone come to your home to take care of your hair, going for a walk, that change of scenery from the bedroom. Because most time you find like we stay in the bedroom for like 3 months, because now the child is very young, the infant is very young and tender. You don't want to move around so much, so you stay in the bedroom or in the house for long. We keep joking with my husband, when I got my first child, I stayed in the house, or rather in our compound, for a while, like three months or around there, like 12 to 14 weeks. I would just go to the clinics and come back. So one day, the baby was doing okay. My first child was doing really okay. So I decided, let me go to the shop and get a few things for myself. And the shop I wanted to go to was across the road. And do you know, I got to the gate of our compound, then I exited, and as I was going towards the road, I wondered, why are cars moving so fast? Why are cars moving so fast? I don't think I'm even able to cross the road. So I just walked a little bit and I watched the cars a while longer, and I decided in my mind, these cars are going too fast. There's no way I'll cross the road. So I just went back home without buying whatever I needed to buy. And later, when my husband came back in the evening, I shared this story with him, and we laughed at it because it was funny. The cars were not moving at a very fast pace. It's just that I had stayed indoors so long, and whenever I go out, probably the Uber would pick me right at the gate. So I didn't really get to experience the outside world as much. So yeah, now let's get back to, how do you deal with postpartum depression? I've said, so the best thing is to get support from your partner, or maybe even your parents, or a friend who can stay with you for a longer period. Like someone who can stay in your house to probably take care of the child, so you can have a few minutes or a block of time to yourself to take care of yourself. The other best thing that you can do is watch on the food that you are eating. Your food and nutrition is always key. So check on what kind of food are you eating. Are there foods that you eat and you just want to sleep and not even take care of anything else in the house? Are there foods you eat and they just give you a short burst of energy and then your energy levels dip? So you should look out for all these. If you find that there are particular foods that you consume and they are not agreeing well with your body, kindly check on those. And also, you should get some mood boosters, some foods that you actually like. They might not be healthy as we term them, but they just make your soul or your heart feel happy. Maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's getting some ice cream. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Anything that will work for your body, you should check on it. Also, if your diet has had a lot of course, we eat a lot so that we produce breast milk, but if you can incorporate some more vegetables, some fruits, and some nuts, especially nuts. So we have things like nuts and seeds. So when you are pregnant, you need to supplement on calcium, you need to supplement on, to get more folic, you also need more iron in your body. That does not stop when you deliver. You still need those items even you still need those elements in your body even after delivery. So you should continue to check on your diet even after delivery. So some of the products that would help you, for example, we have chia seeds, very good for calcium. Of course, taking eggs to provide you with the right proteins as well as the micronutrients that you need. You can also take nuts as peanuts, almonds, cashews. If you get walnuts, all those, they are good foods, brain foods, good to supply your body with the right energy and the right oils. So note those nuts, they are very, very important for you. You also have seeds such as fenugreek. Fenugreek is very good for even balancing your hormones, that's one. It also helps with milk production. It will help your body to regulate production of hormones that control like the growth of your hair, the growth of your nails. It will also help you to curb appetite. Like the digestive juices and the signals in your stomach that signal you need food, they will be better controlled when you are taking some fenugreek in your water or in your food. There's fennel. Fennel is also very good for new moms, and it can even be incorporated in some cookies. If you like some sweet treats like cookies, look out for fennel and fenugreek. Add them to your cookies when you're making cookies, or to your cake, or to your water, to your salad. There's so many ways you can use them. All right, so diet is very, very important. The other thing, even during these times when you are young, your child is young, it is still important for you to check on exercise. If you can exercise as much as you can, kindly do. Just take a few minutes, 15-10 minutes, and do some sort of exercise. All right, so do some sort of exercise. Also check and see if you can get some mental health support. If you need to talk to someone who is dealing with mental health, you can do that. If you we have psychologists on board here at Malkia Nutrition. So if you need to talk to someone, and your privacy will be protected, whatever you talk about with her shall be protected, you can talk to us. She's called Mercy. She is licensed to do that, because here at Malkia Nutrition we want to take care of the whole person, your nutrition, your mental health, exercise and fitness. So we offer a range of services. So if you need to talk to someone, talk to us. We will connect you. Even if it's not Mercy, we'll connect you to other people who are dealing with mental health. So check on your mental health. The other thing that I found useful at a personal basis was reading books about motherhood, because they affirm my efforts. If I'm trying to sleep train my baby, to put them on a schedule, and I read a book about other women who have done the same, and even if they struggled at the beginning, they were able to achieve a routine with their children at some point. So reading books really helped. Also reading the Bible and praying was also key for me, and I was able to get back to my normal self at around, say, 6 months. I was able to, postpartum, I was able to get back to my normal self. So it is possible to cope or handle postpartum depression and get back to your joyful, normal self. So do not despair. Seek out for support in whatever form that you are able. There are toll-free lines, like these are people you can call, and you won't be charged for that call, that you can talk to, especially since at this point you also feel like you don't really have someone to talk to. You are there with your baby the whole day. They are crying, they are fasting, they are sleeping, they are eating, but you as an individual, you don't have someone to talk to. So look out for those call numbers or toll-free lines that you can have someone to talk to. All right, so that's the end of this video. I would want to stop it at that. If you found this helpful, kindly subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below. And if you are a new mom, or you are a mom and you went through postpartum depression, I know we have seen a few people share their journey. So if you have gone through postpartum depression and you had some ways in which you coped. Kindly share in the comment section below, and we will be delighted to learn from each other, to interact with other um, people, and to realize that we are not alone in this journey. All right, and if you haven't watched my pregnancy, labor and delivery video, kindly do so. The link is up here. You can just click and see how I was able to deliver both of my children naturally through the grace of God, and how now I'm thriving even as a mother of two, as a nutritionist, and I'm really glad to have you here. So see you on my next video. Bye.